Your chest knows something your calendar does not. There's a quality of readiness sitting just beneath your ribs right now. Not urgency, something quieter, something that's been waiting a long time. And if you place your hand there for just a moment, you can feel it. Not as a thought, as a sensation. Your body already knows the way. It's known all along. You may have noticed something this week, a restlessness that doesn't feel like anxiety, or a pull that doesn't feel like pressure, or maybe just a quiet sense that the waiting is over, like you've been standing just inside a doorway for longer than you realized, one hand on the frame, feeling the air on the other side, and something in you has finally decided to stop waiting for permission and step through. Now, some of you feel the pull, and some of you feel the weight of everything that you've been meaning to begin. And neither of those are wrong. They are the same. And you can't outthink your way to that edge. You can only feel your way there. Here's the image that I keep returning to this week. A seed that's been resting in the dark all winter has finally felt enough warmth to begin its push upward. And here's what I want you to notice about that moment. The seed does not wait until it's certain the sun will stay. It doesn't wait until it feels ready. It simply responds to the warmth that's already arrived and begins to move through the only thing between it and the light, and that's the soil. The equinox has passed, the ground has just opened, the light is returning. The conditions that weren't here in January are here now. And this isn't about you fixing what you didn't grow back then. It's about remembering that the season then was wrong, not you. We're in the first full week of Aries season. And what Aries asks is not perfection, it asks for beginning. Not the dramatic beginning, not the one that feels like certainty, the quiet one. The one that looks like showing up before the conditions feel completely right and beginning anyway. Because this is the truth your nervous system already holds, even when your mind is still debating. The return itself is the change, not the arrival, not the result, the return. That moment that you come back to yourself again and again and again, that is where everything shifts. The courage available this week doesn't look the way that you might expect it to. It doesn't kick the door down. It finds that crack in the soil and it moves through it softly, almost invisibly. And the bravest thing that you can do this week will feel smaller than you think it should. And I just have to say something else about this moment because it deserves to be said. This isn't just spring energy we are feeling. And this isn't just the equinox turning and the flowers pushing up and the garden ready to be planted. This is something much older, something wiser, something more primal than that even. The sky right now is doing something that it's never done before in recorded astrological history. I know I've said it before. The configuration of planets that no astrologer has ever been able to look back and say, oh yes, I've seen this before, because they haven't. Nobody has. And what that new configuration is asking of you is not a small thing. It's asking you to step out of the old way of waiting for the right time, waiting for the right feeling, waiting for someone or something outside of yourself to say, yes, you may begin now. That permission is not coming from out there. It never was. What's available right now is the recognition that the authority that you've been looking for has been inside of you the whole time. And the moment you stop outsourcing it and start living from it is the moment everything begins to shift. You know, they say, be careful what you wish for. But I think what they really mean is be intentional about what you wish for. Because this is that moment, the moment the universe is actually listening. Its ear is tuned and it's waiting for you. This is the moment the ground is soft enough to receive whatever you plant. So plant something real. Plant something that is actually yours, not what you think you should want, not what looks right from the outside. Plant what your body already knows has been waiting. That thing. Plant that. And if you don't know what to plant yet, that's okay. You don't have to know everything before you begin. You just start. And you start with the smallest, simplest thing possible. 2 minutes in the morning before the day gets loud. 2 minutes in the evening before you close out your day. That's where you start. The easiest, simplest beginning possible. And then you build it into a habit. This is the perfect time to start. Not because it's April 1st, not because there's a full moon and you're releasing what no longer serves you. It's perfect because the universe is set up for this right now. A hand on the body, a question held in stillness, a willingness to get beneath the busyness of your mind and into the wisdom of your body. That is the push through the soil. That is the crack the light comes through. Practicing the practice is the only thing that creates the change. Not knowing about it or meaning to do it, just doing it. I want to say one more thing before we close. Because the fact that you are here, that you showed up for this, that something in you said yes to this practice, that matters. That is the seed already moving. Your body already knew the way before your mind agreed to follow. So here's the question I want to leave with you. Not what are you ready to begin, but what has already been beginning in you, quietly, without permission, without announcement. What's simply been waiting for you to return to it? You can feel this. It's already there. The most important relationship of your life is waiting in exactly that place. The one with yourself, the one with your soul. And in the first days of this new week, find one quiet moment each morning before the day gets loud. Seat, feet, ground, begin. Place your hand somewhere on your body. Feel the contact. Feel the warmth there. And just ask. What is one true thing I can bring into today? Not a list. not a plan, just one true thing. And let your body answer before your mind does. That answer is your seed. That moment is your soil. And that is calm literacy, the skill of reading yourself before the world reads you first. So I leave you with this reflection. Where in your body do you feel the pull of what's beginning? And what would it mean to stop waiting for the feeling of readiness and simply return? The door is open, my friend. The door is open.